Capricorn, and welcome to my channel, the Zodiac Love Tarot. I'm Jennifer Winters, and this is your Capricorn April 2020 Astrology Tarot reading. Now, I've pulled out all of my cards and I've actually put stones on top of them so that they can get some energy, so that I can get your story from you, because I really feel like this is a super important time for you, Capricorn. And the reason I think it's so important is because I believe that when Saturn came into your sign, okay, it has created all of these changes that we're going through right now, especially changes in terms of our economy, okay? So Capricorn, you have to imagine that your sign has everything to do with hard work, it has to do with labor, it has to do with teaching the world how to be straightforward, how to be successful, how to stand in your power, how to execute. I mean, your sign has everything to do with power and money. And now, when we have Saturn that had come into your sign, it actually left March 21st to go into Aquarius, and that means something as well. But while it was in your sign, what is happening is that there is this global change, okay? You have a lot of planets in your sign, and now there's a global change happening, especially around this coronavirus. Sometimes systems have to be completely broken down before they can be built back up. And I think at this point right now, when we're seeing this coronavirus, we see how fragile our economy is. And that has a lot to do with Capricorn energy. Economy and wealth and resources and conservatism, and that has a lot to do with your sign. And then Saturn has a lot to do with discipline and also authority, and it has to do with hard lessons and also isolation, because isolation is what makes us think about what we did. It's almost like when you get in trouble and you go get put in timeout, then suddenly you have time to reflect and think and say, what has gone wrong here? And I think that, you in the universe, we're having this transformation that's, a lot of this Pluto energy as well. And especially this month in April, we're going to have Pluto that's going to be quintile to Chiron. But then on top of that, we're going to have a lot of love coming from Libra. We have a new moon in Libra. And actually no, we have a quarter. Now let's see. In Libra, we have a full moon, and then we have a new moon in Taurus. So we have a lot of this love energy and this at-home energy, this family energy, this balance. So we're all sitting back reflecting in this period of isolation. And this all has a lot to do with Saturn being in Capricorn up until the March 21st. Okay, so what is this telling us? It's telling us that it's time to reevaluate what we've done to the economy. It's time to reevaluate how hard we work, how hard we're on this hamster wheel, and what's really important to us. Okay, so a lot of times we can go too far. Okay, it's like the wheel. Whenever you see the world card or the wheel card, you can see that stuff has extended too far. Okay, so when it comes to our economy, what's happened is we came off of 2008 and 2009 having been in a really bad depression, especially when everyone was losing their houses. We had the market crisis there. And then we built our way back up, right, into a better economic state. But now what's happened is we have been taken advantage of as a people and as a country, and we're all working around the clock, and we hardly have any time for our families. We're kind of like hamsters on wheels, okay? But we haven't made any solutions, any forward thinking, or any really big leaps in technology besides, we had the internet, we've had the industrial revolution. Now it's time to have another kind of revolution. And now that Saturn has moved out of your sign Capricorn and into Aquarius, what is happening is that Aquarians are going to usher in this new age of Aquarius, where we're finding ourselves having better solutions, actually coming together to help humanity. And this is what's spurring us on to new technologies and new inventions. So that is really what's going on. And inside of all of that, Capricorn, is you. You are changing as a person. You're changing this whole sign together, all the Capricorns are changing what's within and having a mass transformation, especially when Pluto goes in and becomes quintile to Chiron on the 22nd. You guys are going to be going in and healing old wounds and thinking about how you can heal yourself in terms of your health, in terms of your family, in terms of your relationships, in terms of your knowledge and your religion and your traditions. All of these things are going to really have a strong impact on you. It's going to have a turn for the best for you, okay? So I want to get into your story and your individual story using these cards. And like I said, I put stones on the cards so that I could give, I don't know if I said that actually, but I've been doing a lot of reading. So I want to tell you that I did put stones on my cards so I can give them as much energy as possible to find out your story. And I put the obsidian on top of this celestial tarot here that I always use, the one you've probably seen me use before. And the obsidian is what that's going to do, is going to unveil the mysteries of your life, okay, and tell me what the story is. Then I'm going to use some clarification cards, and one of those is going to be the chakra card, where I have this red jasmine on top of that, which starts off with the root chakra. And this is going to tell me what's going to bring your story forward and what you need to do to help yourself. And then also it's going to move on to the energy cards, where I have the lapis on the top here. This is going to illuminate even more of this mystery and what kind of energy you need. And then we're going to move on to the citrine, which is on top of these gem cards, which is going to tell me how you're going to get more abundance in your life and more expansion. It's a lot of Jupiter energy in this particular deck. And then here we're going to talk about your spirit animals and how they're going to guide you to your higher self. And also, especially in this time where you're having this massive transformation, there's probably going to be some Pluto energy in here, or at least in these moon cards that I'm talking about. But the spirit animal is going to help you see your part in nature and how you can create your universe for yourself and in your world for yourself. And then we're going to move on to the moon cards. We already know that we have a lot of moon the energy coming from Libra and Taurus this month. We also have some Mercury energy that's going to be very prominent. So you're going to feel that in the moon cards. And I've been getting a lot of messages also from Selene, which is the goddess of the moon and the high priestess. So maybe we'll see some of that in here. But I also have the white turquoise on top of that deck, and that is going to make things more clear. And then lastly, we are going to wrap up the reading with the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck. I barely use that deck, but it is very intuitive, has a lot of ancient wisdom, so it's perfect for just solidifying the entire reading, putting that exclamation at the end or that period for us. And it's also just going to really help you get through these final stages of your transformation, Capricorn. And then it's also probably going to give you a little bit of information about Aquarius. And I really urge you to watch the video on Aquarius, because Saturn has moved out of your sign, but only temporarily until July 1st. And then it's going to move back in to your sign for a little while until December 17th. And that's going to have a lot to do with how the coronavirus is going to subside. Hopefully, there's going to be some sort of turnaround July 1st. And that is because when we have this energy in Aquarius, it's about coming up with solutions. It's about the world coming up with solutions. And then we move back into Capricorn. And then once we're back in Capricorn until December 17th of 2020, what's going to happen there is we are going to have to rebuild and rethink. And it's going to have to do with Capricorn energy again, of putting new structures in place, putting new work ethics in place, also making sure our finances are back in order. And then after December 17th, 2020, hopefully, if we do see a second wave, not hopefully about the second wave, but if we see a second wave of corona, then we have learned some lessons and put some new structures in place based on that Capricorn energy. And then the Aquarians are going to know and going to see how to move on to the next level, whether it's going to be something like DNA technology, like it's going to be something like gene drives, or if it's going to be nanotechnology with better drug delivery, or if it's going to have something to do with graphing technology, for better home testing kits. All of these things are coming to fruition all around you, Capricorn. So let's just go back into your story. I'm sorry for the long prologue, but that this is necessary. And I also am pointing other signs to your sign because I think that they need to know where these energies are coming from right now. So then now let's move into your story, Capricorn. This is going to be a story about personal growth for sure and transformation. And I want to see what is this transformation and where is it going for you, okay? So let's go, Capricorn. Let's see. And it could have something to do with your role in all of this. So let's check it out. Okay, I'm going to show you all of these cards. Okay, I'm getting a lot of nurturing cards in all of the signs, but we'll get to that because it's the last card I pulled here. But the first one that you have is Draco, which is the dragon. It's upside down, but it's the Nine of Wands. So I'll turn it right up for you so that you can see it. This is actually a triumph card. This card has Sagittarius energy in it. It has the sun in it. It's a manifestation card. It's upside down. So what this is telling me so far is that you're on guard. You have a challenge ahead of you, and it's like you're the lone ranger out there, and you have to slay this dragon, okay? And at the end of it, you are going to be victorious, okay? But right now, it seems like everything seems scary for you, and you really need something to push you forward, some sort of help or some sort of guidance and some sort of courage to get you through this and to help you like slay this personal dragon that you're going through. And then you have this winter card, which is the Princess of Swords. So means that you're on guard again. You see her with her sword. She's watching, she's standing at her station. You know, she's like a guard, and she also has this guardian crow here that in both of these crows that are trying to give her this wisdom of being cautious and careful, but also this knowing that the universe is looking out for her, and so she's standing guard as well. So she's being protective right now. So you're in a state where you feel like maybe things around you are just too much for you to handle, but you're also standing guard. You're standing protection, maybe over your family or over yourself or your friends or whatever. But I've gotten this card quite a few times for other people as well because they're all on guard. They're trying really hard to have a sense of security. And with you, I think that you're also trying to move forward, but you have this dragon inside yourself that you have to slay. And then here's Perseus, okay? I've also seen this one too because this is basically a journey or a challenge card. There's some challenge that's going on. So is slaying the dragon, okay? But you have special gifts, all right? And these gifts are given to you by the divinity. It's like Zeus is giving you, and you also have, Jupiter in Capricorn. So you have this ability behind you to get things done in these gifts, Capricorn. You have a gift of like practicality and a gift of being stable and being a hard worker. And so no challenge is too big for you because you know how to execute. But this does seem like a lot for you right now. It's more than you've ever had to handle. And it could be having to do with your finances, about having to do with watching the stock market, or worried about money and your savings. Are you going to have to dip into your savings, which is something that you really don't like to do, Capricorn? But it also goes back to Saturn teaching you, having taught you a lesson, and still having a little bit more to come, which is to not be so did not be so just money focused, to allow yourself to have other things that bring you joy and happiness, and not to overspend, and not but also not to be too much of a miser. All of these things are lessons that are coming in for you right now, Capricorn. And then this final one here is the Cancer card, which is the Chariot. It's moving forward. It's about you finally picking up the pieces of your life. It's about you slaying the dragon. It's about you going on the journey, using all of your resources and your abilities, and even having this protective quality about you. But at the end of the day, what this is really about is this: it's about the chariot, it's about moving forward, but also moving forward with a family, with something that you're nurturing, with a new child perhaps. And then also with this Cancer energy, it's about nurturing yourself and taking care of yourself and taking care of others. So even though we're talking about monetary things that could, you know, I mean, I'm sorry, when we think about success, we talk about monetary things and possessions and really having a good footing in terms of, uh, your financial security. But that's not everything that life is about. And that is what is happening to us right now globally, is that Saturn is showing us within your sign that money is not the end all be all. This is what is the end all be all. It's taking care of others. It's moving forward towards a better life for people in terms of their family unit, in terms of their children, in terms of their stability and their nurturing abilities and security. It's all about that, okay? It's a very Cancer feeling nature, it's an intuitive nature. And we are all forced right now to take a breath and take a step back to really focus on this kind of energy because, like I said, not everything in life is about, money. And that's, I think, what is happening to us globally is that we're learning that it's more about health, it's more about our loved ones, it's more about what we really care about. So Saturn is forcing us to take stock, okay, and to understand what our basic needs are and our instinctual needs, okay? So now let's move forward in this reading and find out from your chakra cards what is the next step for you, okay? You're on this personal journey. You have to slay this dragon. You've got a lot of gifts, though. You're standing guard over your family, and you know at the end of the day, the real thing that's important is your family. It is love. It is commitment. And it's also this movement of the chariot going forward, being victorious, and being victorious within that realm of family and nurturing and personal growth, that sort of thing. So let's find out what chakra we're talking about here. And this is flexibility. That's what you got, is flexibility. Now, it's funny because a lot of times when we talk about Capricorn, we talk about people sometimes can, Capricorns can sometimes be inflexible with changing, plans, or inflexible with their money, or inflexible in terms of, how they feel about relationships. Like you're very stable. It's like hard to push you over. So within that, when it's saying to find this flexibility, it's telling you to let other things in your life. Be flexible with your schedule, be flexible with your decisions, be flexible with your family. And being too stern is not going to bring you as much happiness. So this is a way to open up, okay? And you can even think of this as a literal term, is that right now you may be feeling stressed, your body may be feeling like it's tensed up in a ball, and you're about to make a transformation, but you're just not quite yet there yet. So then open up. Start to stretch, start to put your arms out, start to, really, as you're meditating, do some yoga, like really get into it and really stretch open. And think about your family, think about what's truly important, think about the love in your life. I once told someone that I was the richest person in the world because I have friends and I have family, you know, and I think that that is more valuable than money, because at the end of the day, that's really what all we have. Okay, so that could be one of the lessons that we are being taught here. So let's move on, okay, to these energy cards and see what kind of energy you need while you're flexing, while you're out there flexing or doing your stretch. Okay, so remember, some of this stuff is deep, but then some of it's very literal about just having flexibility. Okay, use that, you know, as a exercise. All right, now let's see from the energy cards what we're getting. Okay, so we got action. Okay, action, moving forward. That also came from this Chariot card. Okay, so action. We also have, when I think of action, I also think of Aries, and we do have Mercury entering into Aries on April the 11th. And I knew there was going to be some Mercury energy coming from here somewhere, and I think it's this because it's about action and moving forward, and it's about using communication. And I think that you need to communicate with other people, and that's going to show you what step to take next, what action to take next. It could be something, again, literal, like, you know, what kind of stocks do you need to put your, do you need to buy or do you need to sell? Or it could be, something with your health that you do need to stop working so hard and really take a break. And that's why things are this Saturn has this whole cycle of Capricorn coming to an end, because you know you need to take action, but that action doesn't mean like, oh, I need to go do more stuff. It could mean action in terms of slowing down. Maybe you need to slow down. Even though you're taking action, it could be slowing down. Isn't that weird how it seems like you should be moving fast and moving forward, but really, to me, the energy that I'm feeling from the cards is the action is to actually slow down and become more flexible, and be able to allow changes in your life. Okay, so that's good. Now we're getting into something that's probably music to your ears, which is abundance, as usual, which usually citrine has to do with possessions and money and having abundance, but not always. Okay, because there could be another message in that, because like I said before, there's different there's definitely a different gauge for value, and that's the value in your family and the value in your loved ones. Okay, and that could be just as fulfilling as anything else. So we're going to look at the cards and see what they say. But your particular reading, I think, has a global effect on everyone right now. So everyone listening to this, okay, there's a message here. And the message, is that nurturing your family is more important, okay, than economic gains. And then within that, the Capricorns are going to usher in this flexibility, okay? And we're all going to become a lot more flexible. This card jumped out at me, so I have to keep it. So I am going to read both of these because I'm feeling like we need to pick two. And so this first card is clear quartz, which is purification. So that's what we're going through right now, right? Purification. And what do I mean by that? It's whenever you purify something, it's saying that you're starting to take the good out of it, okay? I mean, well, it's taking the bad out, but you're extracting the good by doing that, right? So if you're sifting something, what are you left with? You're left with the pure form. So right now what we're doing is we're sifting out things that don't serve us anymore. We're sifting out things that are bad structures or are bad for people. We're purifying our thoughts. We're purifying how we feel about other people. And this is for you, Capricorn. You're having a moment of purity, because Capricorns do believe in purity. They like to see things in their purest form. And so you need to put yourself in your purest form. You need to sift out the bad that you feel inside and become your purest form. And then you have this aquamarine, okay, and that's a beautiful. Now that's talking about communication. So again, you want to communicate your ideas. You want to communicate to others, this energy about your actions. You want to communicate to your loved ones what you feel about them, okay? And that's really important right now. And you need to communicate that your new flexible attitude to people. And then with all of this, you're going to help sift out some of the bad negativity that you feel inside, and you are going to become purified, and people around you are also going to become purified. And we, as a nation and as a global society, can all become purified because what we're doing is we're sifting out old ways of doing things that don't serve us anymore, like working all the time around the clock, without spending time with our families, or for broken systems that don't work anymore in terms of, you know, how we view our healthcare. All of these things need to be sifted until they become something of purity, something that we can work with. Okay, so that's a very deep message, but this is how we reach abundance. Okay, this is our abundance, is to communicate to each other, to find the purity in each other and in our situation and in our systems. We need to find the purity, and then that is going to create abundance for all of us. And then for you on Capricorn, just creating your, best self. All right, so now that we've seen that, we're going to move on to your spirit animal, Capricorn, and that is going to tell you how to reach that highest sense of self, and also your best frequency. All right, and it's like nature guiding you to come along and reach your highest, self. I said that a few times, but I truly mean it. Okay, let's see. All right, so we have the eagle spirit, and it says spirit is on your back. And you can see here that there is a crown, okay? And he wears the crown. You wear the crown, Capricorn. At the end of all of this, your spirit animal, it's guiding you. Imagine an eagle, and it's you're walking along this journey of where you're slaying this dragon, and behind you is this eagle, guiding your way, being your eyes for you, showing you what's next as you're on this journey. It's funny because Perseus, if you look at Clash of the Titans, he always had this bird, looking out for him, following him around. And I don't know if you've ever seen the original one, but it was like this owl, and it was mechanical, and it used to click its eyelashes together, and it was really funny, really cute. You should watch the movie. It's great because Perseus, goes on this quest to find himself. Is he a demigod? Is he a human? Is he a god? Is he going to live in the heavens? And right now you're making this transformation and you're finding yourself, but you have this spirit guide and you're purifying yourself, okay? And it's just beautiful, and you're taking action to have more flexibility in your life and in yourself, and then also to have more time with your family, okay? And you're seeing now, your eyes are being opened. You're seeing now that it's not all about abundance and economics. There's a lot more to life, and we're going to find out even more about that by illuminating the moon for us. And this is probably going to have something to do, with healing or Chiron or something like that. Let me see what this says for you. Okay, so, oh my God, luck is on your side. Moon in Sagittarius. This card, if you guys have come if you came to watch this video, like I said, this is creepy. I don't want to say creepy, but it's awesome. But I've pulled this card several times for the month of April for every single sign. It's crazy. Luck is on your side. Something lucky is going to happen to us. The new moon in Sagittarius, okay? I don't know what it is, but this month it's going to be global luck, and it's luck for you too, Capricorn. Not sure what it is, but I can't wait to see. And I'm thinking it's going to be somewhere like on the 22nd. I don't know why. I'm looking here at, all of the things that are happening. It could even be on the 4th, because we also have Jupiter conjunct with Pluto. Or it could be Pluto is when it's quintile with Chiron, which is on the 22nd. So we'll see, but there's luck coming. It's coming your way, I think it's coming everyone's way. It just keeps coming up. So now we got the last card for you. All right, Capricorn, and it is going to be your conclusion card, your outcome card, if you will, but it's going to just put all of this together for this reading and give you a final takeaway message. Okay? And that is the Queen of Cups. And it's in upright position for you. Okay? So the Queen of Cups is again about emotion, about nurturing, about um, intuition, about using what's within. And I think that that's what is happening for us right now, is that we're being taught a lesson, especially with, Saturn having been in Capricorn, to come full circle, to tell us that love and compassion and humanity and all of those things are much more valuable than money or any monetary thing that we can possibly think of. Okay? So that is the message. That's the message. And with that, I just want to say to you Capricorns, I'm blessed to have, been with you with this video and seeing the transformation that's going to happen with you and all the love that's coming to your life and the luck and the flexibility that you're going to, allow yourself more time with your family and open up your plans, and things are going to get really good for you. And this search that you're going through inside, you're going to slay this dragon and have gifts like Perseus. And I just really appreciate this beautiful, beautiful reading. And I hope to see you back in May. And I hope something lucky does happen for you. And if you like this video and if it resonated with you, please give me a like and a share. Please share this video because I think everybody could use it. And then also leave me a comment about what you think, because in the end, what I really see is happening is that we are going to probably see a um, some sort of relief in July, like around July 31st, because that is when we are going to have this sort of reset going on with this Aquarius energy, and it's happening from March 21st to July 1st. And then after July 1st, we're going back into Capricorn, and then we're going to really wrap up these messages of our economic growth, of our structures, of things that need to be rebuilt around things that we've noticed in terms of healthcare, in terms of stock market, in terms of goods and services, and in terms of trade. All of these things are going to really start to wrap themselves up, sort of, like we're coming back for that second meeting. And then we may even see another wave, when we see Saturn go back into Capricorn of the coronavirus, but then these new structures and these new ideas that have been ushered in is going to help us out. And then I think by December 17th of 2020, we're going to move fully into the Age of Aquarian, and then a lot of things are going to change, and we're going to have a lot of technological advances. So thank you so much for coming to my channel. I hope to see you again in May, and I hope you leave me a comment and tell me what you think about these videos, because or tell me what you would like to see, because I'm really trying to get to know my audience. And also write to me if you want and ask me anything from, at Jennifer Winters, askjenniferwinters.com. All right, thank you so much. Well, askjenniferwinters@gmail.com. Sorry, I have a lot of ideas in my brain right now. So thank you so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye.